Okay, so in today's video, I want to talk about certain game developers, and I want to talk about the laziness of these certain game developers. Now, I feel that in today's age, the gaming industry as a whole has changed. I would say way back in the day, I want to say in the early 2000s, and even before that, when games came out, they usually just came out and you popped them in the system and you played. You never downloaded any kind of patch or anything. You just played the game. And I know that may sound kind of weird to you guys because nowadays, well, to you, some of you who grew up during, I guess, the Call of Duty 4 days, and you grew up during certain games, you can see, oh, well, rather the 360 era. If you grew up during the 360 era, this can seem kind of weird to you because nowadays you're always downloading patches, day one patches, and all types of things that fix frame rate issues, connection issues, a whole bunch of things. You know, you download a whole bunch of things when you get these games, and they're usually day one patches and things like that. And back then, we never had any of that. Basically, what you would do is you'd get the game, you put it in the system, and you would actually just play it. It was as simple as that. There was no signing into Xbox Live, or there was no signing into PlayStation Network. You just played the game. You didn't have to sign into anything, not even Uplay. It was so simple and great. And nowadays, you're always, like I said before, you're always downloading patches and a whole bunch of other things, and it's gotten to the point now where it's getting out of hand. It's really bad, and it's not necessarily the patches that are really the issue. I would say it's more of the developers and the content that they put in their games. Now, we'll take, for example, Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Call of Duty is one of the biggest games, if not the biggest game in the world, and it is astonishing to me how they can charge $60 after taxes. It'd be like $67, and then charge $50 for a season pass. Now, the season pass usually include nowadays a bunch of guns, you'll get maps, and a couple of other things, some skins, all stuff like that. And it's kind of crazy to me how this has become a normal thing now. Battlefield 1 is kind of the same thing, and Star Wars Battlefront, well, no, I'll take Star Wars Battlefront as a better example because that game's a lot different. Star Wars Battlefront, the game came out with not much content for a Star Wars game, and it had something to live up to considering it had the word Battlefront in the title. Now, the game came out, didn't have much content like I said before, and to top things off, they had to charge you $60 plus a $50 season pass of stuff that should have already been in the game. Okay, now we're in September, well, we're actually, I think it's like August 28th or whatever. We're basically at the end of August, and now they're finally getting space battles, and the game just came out last year, so we're almost a year into the game's life cycle, and they're finally getting space battles, which is something that Star Wars is known for. Space battles has been in the Star Wars universe since the very beginning, and a newer game that came out during 2015 in this generation should have had it from the get-go. And I find it so amazing how it's missing so much content, but yet they can still put it all in a season pass. It's like their mindset, and the same thing goes with Destiny. Their mindset is, look, we'll make half a game, put it on the disc, and sell it, and then later we'll sell the rest of the game through expansion packs. Like, that's so crazy to me. And then what they do is a year later they'll release Destiny the Taken King with all the DLC that should have already been in the game. And Star Wars Battlefront, I'm pretty sure it'll have some kind of special edition, which it'll come with all the DLC, which again should have been in the game. But it's like developers nowadays are just lazy. They don't want to put the actual time in to take time to make these games. Now, I know Star Wars Battlefront didn't have that much time to be made, which I feel like if they were pressed for time, you should have just made a campaign. I feel like, honestly, and yeah, I guess that would have required talent and people to hire, and I know they had to get it out before the movie, but I mean, even then, like, I just find it so weird how, well, I wouldn't call it weird. I find it so upsetting that the gaming industry as a whole is just plummeting. Now, I'm not saying all game developers are bad. I'm really not saying that at all, because we have Naughty Dog. We have, who else we have? I almost said Ubisoft. That was a joke. We have a couple of other developers I can't think of off the top of my head, but we have really good games out there. And it's just so sad to see like what gaming has become in a sense, because like I said before, it was just a matter of putting the game and you play it, and as simple as that. Now you put it in a game and then there's frame rate issues, so you have to wait a week for the developers to actually patch that if they want to. And I mean, it's like for some reason the newest stuff always seems to suck, and then it's like we reflect so much on what was good back in the day, what was actually awesome. And I feel like a lot of developers, they're sitting on gold mines. I think that's the best way to put it. They're sitting on gold mines. The reason why I say that is because a lot of people, they love Fallout 3. A lot of people, they love the older Super Mario games. A lot of people, they love Metal Gear Solid 3. I feel like if these games were to be remade, now not remastered, now remastering and remaking a game is two totally different things. When you remaster a game, you basically just give it a fresh coat of paint and you basically upgrade the frame rates and the graphics, and essentially it's the same exact game you played before with just a couple of upgrades. I can't talk, I'm sorry. And then you have a remake where they actually remake the entire game from the ground up with the original story in mind and a whole bunch of other things. So I feel like if these companies were to remake games, I think the gaming industry would be in a better place. Now, I'm not saying that's all they should do. I think they should make better games, don't get me wrong, but I do think in certain cases they should stop focusing so much on remasters. I think it focus more on remakes themselves. Like this year, there are so many remasters. It's insane. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying there's a lot. There's Skyrim. There's Assassin's Creed. The Ezio collection. There's the BioShock collection. There's Call of Duty 4 remastered. There's the Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6 remastered. There's what else? There is more. I can't think of it right now, but there's so many remasters coming out. The God of War 3 just got remastered, I think last year though. But basically what I'm getting at is there's a whole bunch of remasters, and I feel like if you're gonna put time, I know it mainly, I guess in some cases you can look at it as a cash grab, but I feel like they should not focus on that and just focus on remaking the game from the ground up with today's technology. Look at Uncharted 4. Imagine Uncharted 1, 2, and 3, but with 4's gameplay and graphics. That would be phenomenal. It's like a whole new experience, and as gamers, that's what we want. When you give us a remaster, we're essentially getting the same exact experience, but with the remake, we get an entirely different experience with the same story, but with a whole completely different perspective. So bottom line is, I feel like the gaming industry is suffering. It's at a very low point, but not as a whole. I don't think the entire gaming industry, I feel like a small part of it, or not a small part, but a somewhat significant part, is at a very bad place. And then there's the good place where you have the games, the Souls games, you have, like I said, Uncharted, you have Metal Gear, a bunch of other games that are doing well. Well, Metal Gear isn't doing exactly well right now, but you know what I'm saying, basically. The Witcher 3, you know, CD Projekt Red, you know, masterpieces. I feel like, and I mean, hell, they did that, remade The Witcher 1 and 2 with 3's gameplay and graphics, phenomenal. But basically, I just feel like I said, it's at a bad spot, and I feel like developers should be working on new games as a whole, or just if they want to bring back an old game, just remake it. I know it may take more work, but trust me, it'd be worth it. It would truly be worth it. Like I said, if they were to remake Uncharted 1 with 4's graphics and gameplay, oh my goodness, I would, day one, $60, I would buy day one. There's no question about it. So yeah, I just feel like it's in a pretty rough spot, and it's just, we already have enough shitty developers, and it's just so upsetting to see gaming in such a bad spot. Not all of it is, but there is a good portion that I just felt the need to talk about. So let me know in the comments below what you think about the gaming industry. Where is it going as a whole? What do you think of it? What do you think of remasters? And what do you think of pretty much everything that's going on right now? So that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to leave a rating. Only takes a fraction of a second, and I will catch you guys later. So again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, have a great day.